Thank you so much to Woolies and Jamie for that one. And it really does create the perfect premise for the discussion we're about to enter into now. World Water Day, celebrated annually on today, the 22nd of March, with the theme for this year being groundwater, making the invisible visible. Now, you might not know this, but groundwater plays a vital role in our daily lives. The Boland Mountains, as Raul pointed out earlier in the show, for example, they supply 97%, almost all, of the Cape Town's water supply. Now, a significant part of these mountain ranges falls into Cape Nature, managed and protected areas, and they do a fantastic job of it. So who better to talk to than someone from Cape Nature this morning? Joining us via Zoom is General Manager for Advocacy at Cape Nature, Petro van Rijn. Petro, very good morning. How are you?
Thank you so much, and lovely to be on your show.
Yeah, it's nice to see one of the faces of such a beautiful, well, one of the custodians and the faces of such a beautiful area that a lot of us get to play in. So I first want to say thank you on behalf of a lot of Mzansi, I think. But
for every hike?
Yeah, for every experience. But let's get straight into it because we're talking about something important. Groundwater being a big theme. What exactly is it and why is groundwater so important?
Okay, so maybe we can start with a little Geography 101. So when it rains, some of the water ends up in rivers and dams, but most of it sinks into the soil. And then it flows through soil and rock, and sometimes it hits a barrier, such as a solid, steep sheet of rock, and then it collects and it forms underground lakes, which we also know as aquifers. And so why is it important? It is really quite important in our everyday lives. Globally, groundwater accounts for more than 50% of our drinking water. It accounts for more than 40% of agricultural irrigation. Industries make use of more than 30% use of groundwater in their daily work. And then obviously it also sustains ecosystems.
Wow. Absolutely vital in your job every day. So what is exactly is Cape Nature's role in managing this groundwater resource in the areas that you guys are custodians of?
Sure. So nearly 50% of Cape Nature managed protected areas falls within strategic water resources in South Africa. And the Boland Mountains, for example, supplies 97% of Cape Town's water. And a significant part of these mountain ranges fall within the Cape Nature managed protected areas. So through the effective management of protected areas, Cape Nature then obviously contributes in terms of the ecosystems for the provision of water, as well as the conservation of this very, very important resource.
Wow, I'm just getting blown away just looking at some of the visuals of the areas of water that you actually manage. Truly, truly magnificent. But I would imagine the significance of this groundwater really does come into play, especially during those summer months, right? I mean, maybe you could touch on this and elaborate a bit more?
Yeah, sure. So obviously in the Western Cape, we've got a Mediterranean climate, which means the summer base flow consists mostly out of groundwater. So surface water, like your water and dams, are usually quite low because of less rainfall in summer. And this groundwater obviously this groundwater flow is critical for our aquatic species like our fish, our frogs, and our plants to survive in the summer heat.
Oh. Yeah, and for us to get out there and appreciate these beautiful spaces as well, what are some of the ways that we, the public, can cut down on our water usage to help to fight this campaign that you're waging at the moment?
Yeah, so obviously I think saving water is really everybody's business. It's important for everyone to save water. And there's a couple of ways, obviously, to do this. One is by maybe cutting showers to just 2 minutes because longer showers take up more water. Another one is to, when you brush your teeth, not to keep the tap water running, but rather to use a glass of water. Also, if you do your washing, rather save it up for a single big load than to wash little loads all along the way. And also planting indigenous plants and trees because they also use less water. You know, in the end, every drop counts. It's very important that we all save water.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's so true. I mean, we've done the maths. Just one dripping tap for a year can cost you millions of litres of water. It's crazy. We all do have a role to play, and we can support your efforts. Petro, thank you so much for being the amazing custodians of this vital resource, this basic human right, in fact, seeing as we are still so close to Human Rights Day. Thank you so much to you and your team for joining us this morning and for your efforts every single day.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's always such a pleasure chatting to some of these incredible people. They're doing such good work in our area to obviously protect our beauty. And obviously with being World Water Day, there's some more tips for you, Mzansi. I hope you are taking that on board with you as we carry on throughout the rest of this show and continue to bring you some water-wise safety.
You can even train with water bottles. We'll show you how.
You just did a bit.